you're a real estate agent and you're exhausted and you're tired, maybe you still know how to sell real estate, maybe you got a pipeline full of clients, but you're just wiped out, right? You just don't know how you're going to make it 3 to 5 more years, especially with the market the way it's been. Let me tell you why. I'm going to break it down really simply. As a real estate agent, we only do 3 things. You might think you're special because you got a fancy car and you post all the time on Facebook, and I don't know, maybe you got a billboard with your name on it, which is stupid, right? You don't see a mortician going, I just buried another one. I don't see why you're posting on Facebook all the time, just sold another one. Anyways, I digress. Back to the point. If you're a real estate agent and you're exhausted and you're tired and you don't know what to do next, it's because you actually don't know what to do, period. You might know what to do to get through this next sales cycle, but there you go. It's this perpetual loop, and you've been living in it for 16, 17, 18 seasons, right? 3, 5, 7 years. I'm gonna break it down for you really simple. As a real estate agent, you do 3 things. Those 3 things are busyness, lead gen, structure. It's only these 3 things. It doesn't matter if you're a brand new agent or you're a seasoned agent that runs a team. I had a team of 22 agents, 7 telemarketers, and 3 full-time admins. What I did to run that team that sold 365 homes in my very last year is the same thing I did that very first year. It's busyness, lead gen, structure. So it's busyness. Busyness is working with buyers, it's working with sellers, it's working with a cross-sale agent, it's homes, and it's transactions. Now, I used to call this your unique genius, but then the real estate agents I was coaching thought it made him special. It doesn't. Your unique genius sounds fancy. It's busyness. Yeah, you're the only one that can do it, and your clients are hiring you, so it's a necessary component of your job, but it isn't your job. But if you're actually good with clients and you have a pipeline, you're spending all of your time doing busyness, right? Let's say you're working 50 hours of work in real estate. I would bet 42 to 45 hours a week go straight to busyness. You know what that is? That's like walking down Muscle Beach in California and you see the dude who's super jacked and ripped on top, but he's got these tiny little chicken legs. It's the same dang thing. Your business needs to have more areas to it. And sometimes because you're busy all the time, you think, I know how to lead gen, which really means you get your pipeline full of clients, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you get exhausted. You work that buyer, you're closing most of them, you freak out a little bit, and you find the ability to do lead generation. Now, lead generation is only getting belly to belly, face to face, text to text, or DM to DM with clients. Because you did a 4-hour open house doesn't mean you lead generated for 4 hours. You do a 4-hour open house and 3 groups come through. 2 of the groups came through with agents. And because Murphy's Law always works, that one group that came through unaffiliated with an agent happened to show up at the same time an agent group did. And so we don't actually ask for business. We fumble our way through something, we hand them our card, and we hope they call us. That was 4 hours of doing no lead generation. If you don't actually ask for business or referral, it's not lead generation. But how do you do so in a way that is visible and valuable in such a way? I love this Jim Gaffigan bit he does. He talks about, I think it's Neil Armstrong or Buzz Aldrin, doesn't matter. There's a cocktail party and there's this old man over in the corner and he's double dipping his chip so no one goes and talks to him. Doesn't matter that it's Buzz Aldrin. He could have landed on the moon, have the most fascinating stories ever. He looks like a Jeeper Creeper. And that's what most real estate agents are. Because we don't actually know what our avatar is, we don't know what our brand is, we don't know what our personality is, we might have the best negotiation skills. If you're a brand new agent, you have all the time in the world to be super attentive to their needs, but if you're not visible in such a way that attracts them, they're never going to trust you. On the same token, there's a lot of agents that walk into the room and they light it up. They got their hair all did, they like your shoes, like you're that. They have the great Instagram promotions, but they don't actually have any value. They're really good at social media attraction, but they've never actually learned how to work a deal. It's being visible and valuable. And so lead generation is actually a program and a structure, but the way that you actually make lead generation work is because, let's just use open house as an example. You actually do ask for a piece of business. The client says, we're just beginning the process. I'm 6 months out. Well, you're so desperate to go back to being busy. You don't do anything to nurture them in the long term to keep them ready. We're so concerned about getting that next piece of business. Very rarely do we worry about next year's business, and that's where structure comes in. You see, when you're actually running a business budget, which is your structure, you're never freaking out over the busyness because you're actually living to a model. You're living to a budget. When your marketing is on point, your brand is on point, your technology and your leverage. Now, your brand is who you are, right? Look at my brand. I do a lot of yoga. I actually have a scuba resort in Roatan. My brand is a little bit more earthy, but I'm also definitely never going to sell luxury. Right behind you is a 1986 Volkswagen bus. It's on stilts, but it's my daily driver when it's not, on stilts. So at the moment, it's not my daily driver. I would never sell luxury. In fact, that wasn't my target audience. When I first started selling real estate, I had a big cartoon character cut out of my face. It was on my signs. I knew what my brand was, so my marketing to the people I met at open houses was totally on brand. I would send them scratch and sniff stickers. I sent them matchbooks. I sent them crossword puzzles. It was all kind of shticky, but that was my thing when I was selling real estate. So because I knew my brand, my marketing to the people I met, right? I'd meet someone at an open house and I would send them 8 pieces of collateral in 8 weeks. Your conversion ratio, say this. Say you're doing an open house and you actually meet 12 individuals that aren't working with agents and aren't affiliated. 2 of them are actually looking to buy right now. They go straight to busyness. 6 are looky-loos, but that other 6, if you had a good marketing plan that was just on fire, they'd hire you eventually. Your technology and your leverage, I'll get there in a minute, but this is the most important part. So if you're that real estate agent and you're working 50 hours a week and you're spending 43 to 44 of them on busyness, you're probably spending the other 3 to 5 doing half-ass lead generation. I guarantee you're spending no time on structure. You need a coach. You see, you're the exact individual that says, I know what to do. If you know what to do and you're not doing it, you actually don't know what to do. You see, in theory, you might know what the real estate agent down your office is doing to be successful. You might know what that e-course you just signed up for says to be successful, but you don't know how to wake up tomorrow morning and carve out the time to actually build a business. Life is coming at you. The kids are coming at you. There's an argument with the spouse. You're behind on the bills. All you can think about is be busy, and you're hoping that it'll just change in this next season, but it's not going to change. It's actually going to get harder and more desperate for you because commission decompression is real. This market is changing so fast, right? This is like my 3rd video I've ever shot. I've actually never had to acquire clients through social media before. My market has changed just as fast as yours. And if you're not on top of it, you're going to get left behind. And then it's going to be too deep and you're going to be too underwater. And you're not going to be able to afford someone like me. So let's back up. If you know what to do and you're not doing it, then you really don't know what to do. People like me can help. But you don't even know where to go to find and hire a real estate coach. Is it the guy that does the best Instagram marketing? Is it like a Tom Ferry or a Brian Buffini brand where you know you're just going to be calling someone and they're working out of a cubicle? Well, for about a dozen of you, it's actually me. And that's who I work with. I work with about a dozen clients at a time. I work up in my room upstairs. But you don't have to actually worry if I'm real yet. You don't have to worry about getting catfished. What you have to do is actually reach out to me. Maybe follow my social media, but you know what's going to happen if you just follow my social media? It's going to get drowned in the noise of not looking good enough to compete with someone else's, and you're never going to hire me. If what I'm sharing with you right now actually resonates, why don't you just take the time and schedule a consultation with me? I'm getting ready to take my family on a 4-month trip. We're going to go to Bali and then Nosara, Costa Rica. I used to have a brokerage. I started with my wife. We grew it to 185 agents in 3 years, 3 offices. I had a real estate team of 22 agents. I am as good as it gets when talking about someone who's actually been in the trenches with you. But what I found my unique genius was, it wasn't being Michael Jordan, the best salesperson. The way all that happened is because I'm a really good coach. I work really well with others. I've always trained and led people to do it for me. On average, I work about 15 hours a week and have for the better part of a decade. When I had that sales team of 22 agents, all those telemarketers, I didn't run it. I have a resort in Honduras that I spend a lot of my time at. And that's about as braggadocious as I want to get. Because honestly, that's my Roatan. I live on the east side. I don't live, but we got a place on the east side of Roatan. It's 7 cabanas. It's got a scuba boat. It's got a deep sea fishing boat, a little restaurant, and it's my little slice of paradise. I want to help you find your Roatan. And I believe we can put together a 1, 3, and 5-year plan. So if you're one of these agents that knows how to be busy, knows how to make deals happen, you're who I want to work with. If you're one of these agents who don't even know how to get busy and just want to get started, then I encourage you to sign up for my New Agent Intensive. I have these New Agent Intensive, and it's a course, and I show up once a week, and I do a group coaching, but you're not actually who I want to work with. I want to help you through my courses that are targeted towards you get successful enough so you and I can do some damage and you can go find your Roatan. My tea's getting warm. I like it piping hot. So I think this is my video. This is also my first take. It's going to be my only take. This is it. This is my marketing. Namaste.